Okay, so I've shown you my garden up at the top of the hill, right out the back door before, but we're going to go in because it is doing really pretty. And yes, the garden is my happy place. I have two hooks on this door, one down low, which Sadie does know how to open. Let me show you this. She knows how to bump it open with her nose. And then one on the top on the back side so that she can't come in here with me when I'm in here gardening. Let me just turn around. I'm sorry for the erratic. I'm not very good at this YouTube stuff, but it's documenting for my own use. So my herb garden over here, I have sage that I just started, my dill. I have a bouquet just that big on my dining room table. It smells so good in the house. I have basil growing. I have flat leaf parsley, and I have mint over here, which I have taken a bunch of starts off already, and I'm planting those in my hillside as well. I have started out with this little box that was my recycle, and this is nasturtium starts that's in here. I started them from seed a week ago, but with this cool weather, they're popping. I have a rose bush that I started. This planter is a long time ago from my son Tom when he went out on a road trip out to California, and I saw my first hummingbirds by this planter yesterday afternoon. I was so thrilled. Never saw one until yesterday. In these boxes, these were from starts. I've shown this before, but this is red nasturtium. Isn't it gorgeous? And they are just doing wonderful. And these are my zucchini plants that are in these boxes. And they are just coming in so nice and full. I will probably have to tether those up at some point here. In my other boxes here, just a few days ago, I planted seed for different lettuces in here. I don't know if they will take, they were old seed from like 2022, so if they come, it's a win. If they don't, my strawberries have taken. I had a handful of strawberries off of these brand new baby plants. Let's see, my daylilies from last year, I planted those last June. I took them all out of the backyard and put them all in different places. Another rose bush here, my trellis. It was a cassette stand, and I took it apart, and it is now in two places with two roses on either side. This area gets the sun during the day. When I transplanted my autumn clematis from the backyard, I didn't think it would take, and it is thriving right here. It must like having its damp toes and dry head. Another rose bush over here. More daylilies, more hosta, variety of hostas that I have growing here. I took down one of my trellises and moved a straw bale. I needed some straw for the backyard, so I disassembled one to use for spreading out on the grass seed. But my tomato plants are thriving right here. This gets the most sun all day long. I have another clematis that I started here, and then I planted another start, which is hiding. But I'm going to have to get it a good drink of water. We haven't had enough rain today to actually start that. And then I have some volunteer tomatoes coming up, so I'm just going to let them come up all around this garden. And my little corner here with my other bottle tree and some thrift store finds that I've painted to match the green and red and orange and yellow theme that I have going. And just a few more starts. I've got a couple more poppies to plant and lavender and two more starts that the gal at the garden center said should do good in my garden here when I showed her what I was doing. So I have not planted anything in my straw bales. Mostly they're just holding space until I need them for seeding and sowing again in the hill. So that's what I'm doing here. A few change of thought from what I first looked at when I first came back to the house a year ago, June. And now we're almost Father's Day. And yeah, it's doing really good. I am very happy with how far I have gotten in this year's time. Stay tuned. I am going to try and finish that kitchen sometime this month also. Bought another gallon of my white paint for the kitchen, so I should be able to finish that and get my house looking like it's back in order again. Then all I'll have left to do is paint the back of the house. Needs to be tan like the rest of the house. All right, that's it.